Whispering Woods. There was a town nestled in a valley surrounded by thick, ancient woods that no one dared to enter after dark. The townsfolk called it Whispering Woods because on quiet nights, you could hear the trees murmuring. Some said it was the wind, but others claimed it was the voices of those who had vanished inside. 15-year-old Ellie didn't believe in ghost stories. She thought the tales were just a way for adults to keep kids from wandering too far. But when her younger brother, Ben, dared her to go into the woods at dusk, Ellie's pride got the better of her. "You're scared," Ben teased. "I'm not scared of anything," Ellie snapped, grabbing a flashlight. As the sun dipped behind the hills, Ellie stepped past the tree line and into the woods. The air was heavy and the silence pressed down on her. The trees seemed to loom closer with every step. She hadn't gone far when she heard it. A faint whisper. "Ellie!" She froze. Her name was carried on the wind, soft but unmistakable. Her heartbeat quickened. "Just the wind," she muttered. But the whisper came again, clearer this time. "Help us!" Ellie spun around, shining her flashlight into the shadows. The beam landed on a crumpled piece of paper nailed to a tree. She stepped closer and read the faded words. "Every choice leaves a mark." Suddenly, Ellie heard footsteps behind her. She turned to see a boy, about her age, his clothes tattered and his face pale as moonlight. "You shouldn't be here," he whispered. "The woods, remember." Ellie backed away. Who are you?" "I was like you once. I made a choice, and now I'm part of the forest. We all are." He gestured to the trees, and for the first time, Ellie noticed faces in the bark. Hundreds of them, twisted in silent screams. "What choice?" Ellie whispered. The boy stepped closer, his eyes full of sorrow. "I chose to ignore, to turn my back on someone who needed help. And now I'm trapped, forced to wander these woods, warning others." Ellie's mind raced. She thought of moments when she'd walked past someone being bullied, ignored a friend's plea for help, or dismissed her little brother's worries. The boy's voice softened. "It's not too late for you, but if you keep walking the path you're on, you'll end up like us." Ellie felt a chill run down her spine. She turned and ran, the whispers of the trees chasing her all the way to the edge of the woods. When she finally burst out into the open air, Ben was waiting. "Ellie, are you okay?" he asked, wide-eyed. Ellie gasped for breath, clutching her chest. I'm fine." But she wasn't. Something inside her had shifted. The lesson. From that day on, Ellie listened more carefully. She stood up when she saw someone in need. She chose kindness, even when it was hard, because she knew that every choice left a mark, and she didn't want to become just another whisper in the woods.